We do have that potential for severe weather this evening.
Yeah, we do. We've been waiting kind of on this widespread round of storms to move in, and it is going to move in as we head through the evening and nighttime hours. And yeah, there's a threat for some wind, some hail. I wouldn't call it a high threat by any means, but there is a threat for some wind and some hail. For most places, it's just going to be that good soaking rain that we really do need. So that is on the way. Things right now, we have that severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock this evening. Does include portions of DFW, Tarrant County, Dallas County, Collin County, Rockwall County, Kaufman County, everywhere south of that, also off to the east and the northeast, and then southwestern portions of North Texas as well. That runs until 10 o'clock this evening. So outside at the moment, you can see the showers and storms really starting to fill in across western North Texas, although none of that is severe at the moment. The severe weather well down to the southwest, south of Coleman, west of Brownwood, south of Ballinger. We're going to talk about why those areas are seeing severe weather, but areas west of DFW are not here in just a second. In the meantime, I want to zoom in on DFW because we do have a little rain trying to move in. Just some spotty activity at the moment. A little spotty shower in and around the Garland area, some from Mesquite, kind of between Mesquite and Lancaster as well, kind of along I-20 and Highway 80 there as it cuts through kind of the eastern and southeastern side of Dallas County. So that's it in Dallas County and in the DFW area at the moment. But this kind of more widespread round of rain, I mean, you can just see how that's just the general trend is for it to keep on moving east. So this activity likely going to move up into Denton County first, but I'm expecting more activity to kind of keep developing back down to the south and west, and then all this will move through as we head into the rest of the evening and into the nighttime hours. But that round of rain that we had this morning, a little bit of shower and storm activity this morning into the early afternoon, actually pushed an outflow boundary through parts of North Texas. Think of an outflow boundary as kind of a mini cold front, and what that does is it obviously cools things off, and that more warm and humid air is south of that boundary. I mean, check out Waxahachie, it's 73, but in Hillsboro it's 84. I mean, you got mid-60s from Decatur to Mineral Wells. What that does is it doesn't make the severe threat completely go away, but it definitely lowers it. Still possible to have some winds, possible to have some hail on the backside of this boundary, but the little higher severe weather threat south of that. Remember me talking about Coleman, Brownwood, Ballinger earlier with the severe storms down that way? Well, that's because they're out ahead of that boundary. I think some of this, a little bit of rain-cooled air, but definitely in that warmer air mass out ahead of that boundary. So if you're Meridian, Hillsboro, Corsicana, I'm not saying you have a high severe weather threat, but maybe a little bit better chance for some of those strong winds and hail than, say, the McKinney to Bonham area later on this evening. So there's 6 o'clock, still that kind of more widespread complex of showers and storms is out there by 7, starting to sneak into portions of Denton County to Tarrant County. A little bit heavier thunderstorm activity from Stephenville to Hamilton, starting to kind of form a line of storms moving through DFW around 8 o'clock. That'll continue to the 9 o'clock time frame, and by 10, kind of the leading edge of that line, where remember that leading edge will be where we're concerned with the wind and hail threat, moving over into eastern North Texas, will continue moving off to the east. By midnight, maybe trying to dry out a little bit, but I think there'll still be lingering rain on the backside of this system. We're actually going to have a cold front that'll move through tonight, keep us on the cool side tomorrow. Enjoy that because warmer weather is on the way as we head toward the holiday weekend. So your rain coverage definitely high as we head toward that 10 o'clock time frame, but tapering off as we head through the late night hours, and pretty much everybody should be dry by the time we head into tomorrow morning. Still think we could see about 1 to 3 inches of rain across the area. Not saying everybody's going to see 3 inches, but 1 to 2, I think maybe, with some higher totals potentially across southern areas, upwards of that 3-inch amount. So rain that we desperately need. Probably not going to completely get rid of the drought, but will definitely help us out. A little higher threat for some more rain totals across our eastern areas. That's why we have one of those flood watches in place. I'm not calling for widespread flooding issues, but with some higher totals potentially out that way, could have a little localized flooding here or there. Temperatures will warm the rest of the week and into the holiday weekend. That's why I say enjoy tomorrow while it lasts, because we jump back above normal by Friday, and we're in the 90s for your holiday weekend. It's going to be dry for the weekend, but it will be back to that warm or hot and muggy weather that we've seen recently until this most recent cool down. So widespread rain will be around tonight, but that severe threat will come to a close. Remember that severe thunderstorm watch runs until 10 o'clock. It will be 100% coverage across the area. Tomorrow, cool and breezy. There might be a spotty shower during the day, but most places will be dry. 74 for the high tomorrow, and then as we talked about, we warm up as we head into the weekend. By the weekend, we have those 90s in the forecast, so it'll be hot, it'll be humid, it'll be breezy for the holiday weekend, but you don't have to worry about any showers and storms. And June kind of picks up where May leaves off, with just that warm, muggy, and fairly dry weather, although there might be a little rain around late next week. We'll be back after this.